Good morning, Vietnam!
Rise and shine.
I'm the leader of the Repeal the 19th.
I think it was awesome. Sorry, whoever's offended by that concept, I don't care. I thought it was awesome.
Because we have a tendency to think that way around here.
My nigga.
Y'all the ones bringing this stuff in here, but I'm the poster child for it.
Where are you from, bro?
Oh, I'm from Tennessee.
Oh, that's a sick accent, bro. I haven't heard that before. That's awesome, dude.
It's my team. It's my quarterback.
And you're trying to get a controversial statement out of me, but
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!
Bring your ass. Hey.
You serious?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Game On. This is your Sports Morning Espresso Shot. I'm your host, Will from Game On. He's Cricket from sportspicks.locals.com. We're here to bring you the latest and greatest going on in the sports world. Here's what we got on the menu today. It's Thursday Night Football. We kick off Week 5 with the Buccaneers going to Atlanta, a little division rivalry here. You know, winner in this game is going to control their path to win the division. It's going to be a fun one tonight. We've got baseball to talk about, just a little bit, actually. Only one team could not finish off the sweep. We had 3 sweeps, and the wild card? Is this wild card round?
Yeah, wild card round.
3 sweeps. I'll let you take a guess of which team screwed it up. We'll take a look into one of their fans and see how they feel about it. And we got some other stories on here. We got a Rashee Rice mom story, and of course, ESPN has nothing. I even refreshed stuff this morning to see, this is kind of a big deal. And ESPN zip silent about that. We'll get into that, plus so much more before we do that. Cricket, how's Florida treating you?
Good, man. Good. Pretty nice down here compared to what it was last week with all the weather going on. So it's been pretty nice down here so far. And I really just been chilling at the crib, man. I get down here. You can't go over to the beach and stuff because the beach is still all messed up. They're asking people not to come over there so they can get it all fixed back up and stuff. So it's really just chilling. But we got quite a bit of stuff going on today. We got rehearsal dinners and things like that. Weddings tomorrow. They got a big thing planned on Saturday. So I'm gonna be busy next couple of days, man. But it's all right. How you doing this morning, sir?
Not too bad. I'm a little fired up about all that stuff going on down there. Our government is the big piece of shit. If
Agreed.
You can't get down there in a disaster like this, and first of all, it took them a week to do anything. And then they go, you know what? We're going to set aside in FEMA, we're going to set aside $750 for everyone. Thanks, dude. That'll last me 3 days.
That's what I'm starting to say. But when we go to the grocery
what
store?
are we doing? We have billions of dollars to send overseas. We have billions of dollars to send to Israel, to Ukraine, to all this stuff. $750 for the people of this from this Hurricane Helene. That's bullshit. And then they're coming out and saying, well, it's because we don't have enough money in FEMA. Oh, okay, because we don't just print money left and right. Saw yesterday that it was a new fiscal year, and we just increased the debt by $345 billion in one day. You can't just whip up some more money and just take care of actually our people here. Screw you, U.S. Screw you, Biden. This is
They spend all that damn FEMA money trying to stockpile those RVs on those little makeshift concentration camps or whatever they're trying to do for when the apocalypse happens. You know about all that, man? Where they stock all the
It's just like, come on, man. This is the one that when there's something like this that happens, America's pretty good at rallying around each other. I've seen all those things. Remember back when like Katrina hit and every single ad would be, would you like to send $10 donation? I don't even see any of those. You know what I mean? And nowadays it should be even easier to raise money and donate. You know what I mean?
Man, I got a good friend of mine that's from down Mississippi area, stuff like that. And he got relocated by Katrina back in, what was that, 2004, I believe. But he got he still lives in Chattanooga to this day, man. But a lot of those people back then, it did seem like it was a lot different back then. And, I just remember that being a different time. And it felt like they were a lot more willing to help back then.
Yeah. Right now, they don't care. It's so gross. Everything is so political. And here's a story, too. Shout out to Rumble Rick. I saw him post something yesterday. So apparently he lived in Boulder for 5 years. And the reason why he relocated was there was a fire and like all the houses in his neighborhood and everything went up, and it's a sad story, and that's what he ended up moving out to, I think he's in Florida now and whatnot. Anyways, he said like the next day or two, FEMA had $5,000 ready for everyone, like like a reasonable amount. Your hotel, you didn't have to worry about paying for a hotel, food,
$5,000.
like all that stuff
you can make that work. $750.
Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah.
$750.
No, not a week after, too. You know what I mean? It's just like, imagine if you're just like even if you're a family of 4, it's like you're already living paycheck to paycheck. It's like, what do you do in a disaster like that? And the government's not there to help. Luckily, American people are very naturally helpful people, and I'm sure they're taking a bunch of people in, getting them fed and whatnot, because the American people are good people. The U.S. government, bunch of scumbags. So, like I said, man,
it does seem they're trying to rally around everyone down here, which is good to see. It's always good to see the American people come together in these disasters and things like that, man. But I'm with you, man. I feel like the government could have done a lot more to kind of ease this along here. And
if they're hurting for money, why don't they just tune in and listen to some of our same game parlays? I mean, you hit one yesterday, and we could be making some money for these folks. You know,
we could be, man. We could be, but it seems to be coming back together down here. So good vibes. All these folks way down here. I know they've been through a lot last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it pisses me off when we get all this political stuff. It's just laughable that they come out and say, "Oh, we just don't have the money in there." Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, all the money they're spending on other stupid shit.
Can't wait. I can't wait. 1 month, November.
I was thinking, say I'll be in
1 month in November. We're gonna show you what that couldn't find that money leads up to. But let's say good morning to our fine folks over on Rumble. Piss Ants in the house. Good morning. Been an interesting day with the fire department on the job site this morning. 6 trucks, no fires, and all systems normal. I'm just saying, man, keep your head on a swivel today. Sounds like something's fishy.
Some fishy. There. Yeah, some fishy right there, man. This early Piss Ant? Damn.
You my boy Blue. What up, buddy? I'm a man. I'm 40.
I felt Blue this morning. I feel like you did that like as it was playing on my screen. I feel like you timed it out perfect this morning when you put the "I'm a man, I'm 40."
Yeah, Loki. I don't think he's actually 40. He's just talking about the intro.
He's 35, man.
Do you know that stuff going overseas isn't exactly money? It's military equipment. Same thing. You got to spend money to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I obviously know that we ship mostly a bunch of other stuff, but they whip up the money to pay for all that stuff, right? That's the point.
Somebody's paying for it.
Yeah. And it's not even sending people money directly. It's using the money and resources to get people, like I said, in hotels, make sure everyone's got food, taking care of blankets, whatever they need, you know what I mean? Like just to be comfortable during these tough times.
Like you said, I mean, we're the world's worst or the world's best, whatever you want to call it, about going over to all these other countries and sticking our nose where it doesn't belong to try to fix people's problems that didn't even want to help it to begin with. We'll spend billions on that, and then we got our own people here struggling, and then we can't find some money for that. Come on now.
What up, Mr. Krabby D? How we doing? Loki says, guy I know has been tracking tail numbers of all the planes and helicopters flying to destroyed areas. All our private people flying in supplies, not a government. Yeah, and I even saw some dude decided a private, an individual decided to fly in. I believe it was a helicopter, but he was flying in like to the disaster area and trying to help people, rescue people, and all that stuff. And they want to prosecute him for doing that,
for helping people, for flying in, saving people's lives.
Yeah,
hey, this is where we got problems, man.
Yeah,
when we starting to throw shade at people that are doing stuff like that to literally, be a helping hand, and then we want to prosecute these people. That's why people don't want to help no more, man.
You know what's sad is there's people that would be on that jury that would vote guilty because he did it when he wasn't supposed to, and it's like, go fuck yourself.
A bunch of Karens out there, man. A bunch of
my god, you broke the rules.
The hall monitors of the world.
Yes, it was for a good cause, but technically, you did break the law.
The bathroom monitors of the world. You know those kids in school, man, always had their little pen, and you sneak out of class for a minute, and they make sure and bust your ass every time. Bunch of those people out there, man.
Dude, it reminds me of those people in like healthcare and pharmacy in particular that like, especially going through school or having those professors that are like by the book. Like I had a professor and it's like, this is how you have to counsel someone. And it's like, take 5 minutes to counsel on one drug. And I go, that's cute. Tell me you've never worked in retail without telling me you've never worked in retail pharmacy. You can't spend 5 minutes on every prescription. No. You're laughable. You're an academic pharmacist. That's it. You've never worked retail.
Yeah, all these by the book people don't mention the part where the book is wrong.
When they say it's an $8 billion package, it's worth the military equipment. Same thing. Can we get $8 billion of like food and supplies and stuff sent out to people? I feel like that's not much to ask.
I got a feeling if you spend $8 billion on food and stuff, I feel like they give you a pretty good bulk deal. You know, go to Costco. You imagine what you can do with Costco, $8 billion?
Well, it's not even that. Can we get $8 billion spent on like people driving out there to help people start putting things back together, start rebuilding stuff? You know what I mean? Like, can we just putting up power lines and stuff again? You know?
Can we put
shout out if you're a lineman, by the way? Now's a great time.
Ooh.
If you're a journeyman, you get to go out there,
bro.
Oh my god,
you're making that double time and a half and stuff because you work 15-hour shifts.
And you get paid the whole time you're there.
Yeah,
my brother-in-laws went down a few years back when there was another bad hurricane in Florida.
They're always
down there. They worked down there for a month and just straight. My brother-in-law went down there for a month straight, just working nonstop. Came back, took the next 4 months off because of how much money he made.
Oh, dude, absolutely. You just pile that stuff up there. You know what? It amazes me, man, how we act like we never see this coming. Hurricane season happens every single damn year.
It's climate change, Cricket, of course. Because that's what they wanted to talk about on the presidential debate stage. Like, it's climate change is doing all this stuff.
I just remember my whole life, climate change or not, there's pretty bad hurricanes down here every year that screw shit up, and they act like they're surprised every time they see it, man. And I'm like, y'all knew it was coming.
Anyways, let's go over to something more happy and cheery this morning. There was one game that didn't sweep yesterday in MLB. I'm gonna let you guess which team it was. Based off of this video.
This is more happy and cheery.
Yep.
This game wasn't lost by Phil Maton. I mean, Phil Maton had nothing. I mean, he had some good games down the stretch, but he had fucking nothing today. Should never have been allowed to face Mitchell. I mean, my God, God forbid it's Adam Ottavino, but fuck, you cannot have him out there with Mitchell just being just fucking a monster against the Mets. But Pete Alonso, count up your weight, you fat fuck. You're turning into Daniel Vogelback more and more every day. I know you both went to Florida, so obviously you're every.
First of all, Frank calling someone a fat fuck.
I was like,
hilarious.
Whoa.
It's so true. Did you see what happened with Pete Alonso?
No.
He got caught up into a double play that shouldn't have been a double play. You want to know why?
Why?
He stumbled over his bat when he was running down to first base and fell over.
Oh, be an athlete, bro. We're in the MLB playoffs. We're in the. If Frank is calling you a fat fuck, you should probably reevaluate your entire life.
Frank said, "I hope he leaves. Let him leave in free agency."
Let him leave.
At bat, you fucking suck. You cost yourself more money. I don't care if you even sign anymore. I mean, the Mets are going to give you the qualifying offer. I'd rather have the fucking draft pick. I am tired of Pete Alonso fucking sucking all the fucking time. He trips on the goddamn bat, would have gotten a fucking run in. And that's the difference. They failed too many times in the clutch today. And what the fuck is this ESPN? It's the 9th fucking inning, and you're showing an goddamn interview. I'm tired of the in-game interviews, and you missed a pitch. You missed a key pitch in the 9th fucking inning. ESPN, you drop it. Get baseball off ESPN. They hate baseball. It's clear. Their coverage sucks.
Dude, everyone can get that smoke today from Frank.
Everybody.
Even ESPN, which I don't disagree with him. So
what we got to do to get Frank a little razor, man?
I know. I was thinking that same thing.
But yeah, bro, if Frank is sitting there throwing that shade at you, man, what if they want Frank to leave in free agency?
Frank will never leave.
He's throwing out first pitches and stuff at other teams' games. Hell, he won that damn. He wore that Rockies jersey at that Mets game, didn't he?
That's true.
That's true. Say he might be fielding offers from other teams.
If I'm Frank, I'm decking out in Brewers gear today. Decking out in Brewers gear. I'm getting Paige Sporanic, our golfer. Shout out.
you got some tickle bitties and you don't know how to swing, well, I'm here to help you.
I'm getting her because she's a Brewers fan. Remember, she's throwing out the first pitch and stuff like that. Get her sitting there watching the game with you, because hey, let's be honest. At least if the Mets lose, get a look at get to hang out with the beautiful lady for a little bit,
And Paige and Frank could get some clicks.
Oh my God, you put those two content.
That's what I'm saying. That's gold.
Yeah, Frank out there in a push-up bra and trying to do the swing stuff with her.
Oh, my God. Frank's
no one wants to see that, but everyone would click on it.
Absolutely, 100%. We'd watch it 3 times on here. 100%. Frank's got some tickle bitties worth watching.
He's like, oh, that's how you swing. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's go over the games yesterday. Tigers sweep the Astros. Oh, by the way, I was the luckiest man on the planet yesterday.
Okay.
Steps tells me get under in this game. Now, I want to go bet it. Steps got under 7.5. My book had under 7, but it was plus 106. So I was like, well, instead of like minus under 7.5 minus like 116, I get plus 106. It's worth it. So I pushed, and that was a sweat to get the push there. But we get the push, and then it was what did I have? I had was it Royals? What was the other push I had? I'm trying to think.
You have a team total or something?
Let me see. Hold on. I gotta check my notes.
Yeah, this game, the Tigers, the Astros, man. Last I saw, this was the first game yesterday, obviously, and I saw the Astros up 2-1 in the 7th.
I had
runners.
KC. This is what it was. I had KC on the money line first 5. They were up 1-0 going in the bottom of the 5th. Orioles tie it. Bases loaded, no outs. And I get the push.
You got the push. That is a win, dude.
Sometimes I got 2 pushes yesterday, and I go, should I continue betting or should I just say thank you? This has been fun.
Sometimes a push is 100% a win, especially in a spot like that right there.
Oh my gosh, yes. And then I came back with a vengeance. I was gonna go Mets first 5 money line, which ended up hitting, but instead I went Mets team total first 5 over 1.5. It got there in the second inning.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say they came out pretty hot. The Mets did.
Yeah, it almost got over in the first inning. So I was like, okay, we're done.
Yeah,
we are done today. But Tigers sweep the Astros and they get the 5-2 win. Shout out! I feel like everyone's rooting for the Tigers. By the way, I have them in the ALCS.
Did you see this game? Man, it was like the Astros went up 2-1, I think, in the 7th, and then they had like runners on first and third with I think 1 out, and then the next thing I know, I just kind of clicked off of it. And I checked the score a little bit later, and I saw the Tigers came back and put up 4 in the 8th or something.
Oh yeah, I think a guy had a bases clearing triple. Double.
Dude, one guy had a triple. I'm pretty sure.
Huh.
There was a double and a triple, probably. I mean, I don't know. They put up 4 runs real quick, bam, 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 and I was like, "What the hell?"
I know.
Good. I'm glad to see the Astros lose, though, man.
Shout out to the Tigers. It was like the first time I think in 7 seasons the Astros aren't in the ALCS.
I was going to say I totally felt like as shitty as they started, and then June they got on that hot streak. It kind of felt to me like they were winning the World Series. So I'm glad they lost.
Yep. And the Royals battle back. This was a good game too, but they defeat the Orioles 2-1. They're going to go face the Yankees. By the way, the Tigers are going to go face Guardians. That's right. Tigers, Guardians, and then we got Royals, Yankees.
I love the Royals, bro.
And then today we got game 3 because the Brewers defeat the Mets 5-3, as you just heard Frank. He's not too happy with them. But yes, the game 3 will be today to decide who's going to go on and face the Phillies. And then the Padres end up sweeping the Braves. Poor Heavy Steps. Sorry, buddy. But let's be honest. The Braves, all their injuries this season, that you knew there was no way you were gonna get there.
Man, it was a success to even see that team make the playoffs with all the injuries they dealt with throughout the season. I mean, to key players there. You had Strider go down early. You had Acuna go down with a torn ACL. Austin Riley's had some issues and stuff too. Man, I mean, all their key players were out in this thing.
Yeah.
It's a win just to make the playoffs.
Yeah. So that's what we got left. We're gonna have Padres versus the Dodgers. We're gonna have Yankees versus the Royals, Guardians versus the Tigers, and then the Phillies are gonna face the winner of the Mets Brewers today.
Mm-hmm. Oh, pretty good.
And,
It's starting
good
to
thing
shake
is we
up.
don't have to talk about baseball again until Saturday because there's no games until Saturday after today.
I'll tell you what, though, man, I don't even mind talking about this baseball. This is pretty good baseball. I mean, look at those scores right there, like that 2-1. That Royals-Orioles game was pretty exciting. For a 2-1 baseball game, it was a damn exciting baseball game, man.
I like this kind of stuff.
What we got
The
here?
Tigers' 26-man roster is 18.8 million combined. Josh Hader himself is 19 million.
That's the dude that gave up the hit to take the triple or whatever. Wasn't it? Let's go. Let's go. I love it. I love it. They're shopping on the great value brand aisle. Let's go.
Yep. Oh, let's go. Okay. What should we get into next?
Maybe a little
We'll go through some other news here real quick.
I was trying to see. I feel like there was a couple of stories I wanted to talk to you about. Let me see if I can look back and see if I can remember what I was going to. You go ahead.
While you're doing that, I was gonna pull up this. So apparently, Rasheed Rice's mom, is under investigation because she stole some stuff off a porch.
Oh my God, what are we doing?
And she's wearing a Mama
She's
Rice
got his
jersey.
jersey on. Your son's a millionaire.
What are we doing, dude? And do you think it's a coincidence that ESPN has no coverage on this?
Jesus Christ. Your son can go out acting
I want to ask you, why do you think that ESPN has no coverage on this?
I think because they're just dipshits and they love the Chiefs. And they're damn sure not going to throw
they don't want to show a black woman stealing things.
That, and they don't want to throw any shade at the Chiefs.
But
your son can go out and act a fool, steal him and his buddies. I don't know who stole the damn charity cleats or whatever. Somebody in that little entourage stole the charity cleats. You can go out and you can wreck Lamborghinis, but we're going to have this lady stealing UPS packages off people's front steps.
I can't remember what they said that was in it. It was like some documents or something like that, I think.
Man, here's the thing. I never understand these fucking idiots running around pirating stuff off people's front porch. Like, what if you grab a bunch of blood, grab a bunch of blood pressure medicine and stuff? Like, you don't know what you're getting in these boxes. You don't have time to look through this stuff. And you got all these people running up grabbing shit. And it's like, I bet 9 out of 10 times you get a bunch of shit you can't even use.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots. I hate a thief, dude.
This guy at the bottom says this guy's whole family sucks. So, yeah.
Apparently.
Let me be fair to ESPN. Here's ESPN's NFL front cover page. Let's just refresh. Maybe there's a story up now.
Don't be fair to those pieces of shit.
There's no story about it. Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know they're not going to step in that shit, man. They're too scared of that.
Oh, by the way, bet today steps likes the under 7.5 in the game, so I tailed it.
Mets game.
Yeah, he also likes Mets pitcher to go under 15.5 outs. Thinks it's going to be kind of a bullpen game. Like it's going to be real tight. I'm probably going to bet that. It's just not up yet at my book.
So it's probably a good play, man. You know, today in a winner take all game, you're going to have stuff where if they get any kind of trouble at all, they're going to have that bullpen probably warmed up the entire time so they can bring somebody in at any moment. So yeah, probably a good bet.
Yes, sir. Okay. So I got that. Let's just get into it, Cricket. Let's get into a little preview. I'm gonna refresh these things. Oh, son of a! What are we doing? All right. Okay. Tonight we got Thursday night football. Buccaneers going to the Falcons. A little division game here. Winner. This is going to be kind of an important game. You know, if Bucs can win this one, well, they'll be 4-1, kind of controlling their own destiny. Falcons win this one, they can kind of retake the lead of the division. You know,
big game, dude. Big game.
It's a big game, and these guys, both these teams don't usually play well. I know the Falcons should have won last year down in Tampa. They ended up fumbling there on the goal line and whatnot, but what was I going to say? Both these teams don't really play well on the road. So, I mean, it's not looking good for the Buccaneers, but the Falcons are a -1.5 slight favorite in this one. Sharp money, big money on the Bucs here. 75% of the bets, 86% of the money is on the Buccaneers. And, you know, that makes me like the Falcons even more because we've seen these trends this year of I got this pulled up over here for you. Where is it at? No, that's the underdogs. Let's see. Tight lines. The betting public, which means 51% of the tickets are on that side, which we have here. We have 75% of the tickets. So if you have 51% or more of the tickets on that side, so far this season, the public is 22, 38, and 2 ATS. If you were $100 better, you'd be down $1,795. The worst start for the betting public through 4 weeks in the last 20 years.
I was going to say that is not good.
Not good. Not good. So it kind of makes me like it even more, especially because, I mean, the Bucs defense, I mean, they got Vita Vea back, but it's still banged up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know better than anyone.
Yeah, he's a guy. That dude goes so hard in the paint all the time. If he's out there, he's giving you 110% balls to the wall. But his body, he's kind of an aging guy. But they actually beat us down in Tampa last year, and that field goal in I believe it was OT. It may have been right at the end of the game.
Was that it? I thought it wasn't last year the year that Ritter fumbled into the end zone.
It is. It is. That's the same game, but they actually still wound up winning that game.
Okay.
And we beat them. We beat them up in Atlanta 29-25. They beat us 16-13 down in Tampa. So we kind of
have that wrong.
Yeah, but we traded, so swap. We usually do this in this division. You see a lot of times, especially like we play bad at the Saints. We normally play bad at the Falcons too, and then hold down the fort at home there. So this one tonight, man, I really don't like seeing that public money with the sharps and the big money and all that stuff. I'm telling you, I've told you before we came on today, man. But I also felt this way when we played the Lions. I didn't feel so great about the Bucs on the road right there, and we wound up coming through with flying colors. But I think the play tonight is going to be the Falcons, man.
Think it's going to be the Falcons, huh?
I think so.
You got no faith in your team.
I have faith in my team, man. I've just seen these movies plenty of times before, and I know it's the NFL, and I know how hard it is to go out there and be consistently dominant and all that stuff. These guys, like we say every week, these guys are all pros, and I've just seen us in these spots in my Buccaneers career as a fan. I've just seen us drop the ball in these spots.
Yeah, let's go through some of these trends. I wanted to talk about I want to go through the rest of the games too, just kind of quickly look at the lines and stuff like that. But some of these stats, NFL underdogs of 6+ points or more are now 9-8 straight up, 14-2-1 ATS. That's insane that they're 9-8 straight up, 14-2-1 ATS through 4 weeks. They cover on an average of 7.3 points per game. 65% of ATS dogs plus 6 points is the closest any season has been to this mark through 4 weeks. That's crazy. So you're over 20. That's 22.5% higher than the best we've ever had.
You would be up so much betting those money lines,
dude. This week, I feel like this week is this week right here is the tight lines. This week is even tighter than what it's been all season. The average point spread for the NFL favorite through 4 weeks is sitting around -4.2. This is the lowest mark for any season through the first 4 weeks since 1982. Jeez.
Dude, I'm seriously sitting here looking at a lot of these spreads this week, and I feel like there's a few that should be so easy. And it feels like one of those weeks where I want to take all the picks that I love and flip them.
Do you see why I'm like nervous with Survivor? Because I'm just looking like all these are way too close, man.
You got to take something disgusting, dude.
Yeah. I'm thinking about entering into. I have a couple entries, but I'm thinking about entering like 20 entries into the second Survivor, and then this week taking like find 4 disgusting picks that I like and do like 5, 5, 5, and 5 in it. And just knowing that I'm going to have a leg up if one of those hits and goes through, if 2 of them hits and goes through, that's 10 entries. And I've already used it disgusting, like using my Patriots up. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, exactly. I bet the second chance entries this year are probably pretty sweet. Everybody got eliminated the first 2 weeks of Survivor. So I bet the second chance.
Surprisingly, over on Bet Online, let me go see. There was barely, it was actually, there's some overlay. So it's $150,000 entry. Yeah, there's only 5,007 entries in that thing, which
It's
I
how
mean,
much?
if you have 5,000 plus the buy-in, the first ticket is $30, so that would get you there. But every entry you buy after that is decreased. So you got to assume a lot of those have to be those second entries. So you actually do have some overlay there. They might, go ahead.
How much you say it costs to enter?
The first entry is $30, but then
Okay.
but then it drastically goes down after that. Like basically to get. So if you go here, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. Oh, wrong one. So like the second entry is $20, right? And you can't see this part, but like if you bought all 25 entries, it's $335. So it goes down drastically each one that you buy.
I got you. Okay. I mean that'd be the way to do it.
Yeah.
If you're that's where you're getting the value at.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm thinking about that today because even though I'm still alive in the other Survivor, I think there's a good chance to win that because not as many people as I thought would be jumping back into Survivor. Maybe too many people have burned, but then maybe again, people, it's early in the week, maybe, this weekend, they're like, hey, I want to do Survivor again. So maybe a bunch of people jump in last minute.
Maybe so. A lot of people I feel like don't even know about those second chance survivors, dude.
That's true. That is true. Okay, let's go through some of the stats and trends in this game for tonight. Baker Mayfield has only played on the road on Thursday Night Football once last year in a 24-18 loss to the Bills as a 10-point underdog. Hey, he covered. I
was going to say, we actually played a lot better in that game than I expected us to. I thought we were going to get the doors blown off against us in that one. We actually had a shot in that thing.
Yeah, overall, Baker's 2-1, 2-1 straight up ATS on Thursday Night Footballs and 7-4 ATS in his career on short rest, covering the spread in 5 straight regular season games on short rest. Oh,
what?
Bugs, baby, let's go.
Let's go. Good stat.
He's especially now, he's got a kid. He's used to getting no sleep. You know what I mean?
That's right. Man, still got the keys to the Brown Stadium. You still got to take care of that.
Pretty sure the kid is under a year old, so I mean, he's got to be used to it.
Oh yeah, you don't sleep. We know we know what that life's like.
Yeah. Still living it.
You're right in the middle of it.
Yeah, and my kids are all sick right now too, so it's just great,
dude. It is that time of year, man. I feel like it's got us messed up. SD14 fan down this way. I guess changing the climate and all that stuff. It's real humid down here right now. But yeah, she's all stopped up and stuff, bro. I can imagine that way everywhere.
Yeah. As an underdog on short rest, Baker is 5-2 ATS, one of the top 10 best marks in the NFL in the last 20 years. Maybe we don't take the Falcons today. I don't know.
That's what I can say. I'm leaning a little more and more. I know. I hate that, though. Every time I feel real good about the Bucs, they get beat.
Oh, yeah. Overall, Baker has lost 5 regular season night starts ATS, 2 with the Bucs, 1 with the Rams, 2 with the Browns. Over the last 3 seasons, the under is 21-12 when Baker Mayfield is one of the stars. The under in prime time over the last 3 years is still sitting at 59%, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. I think we just have to. I don't know. Every time I say that, I'm like, I like the over.
Let's see. Against divisional opponents, Baker has been dreadful at home. ATS. Oh, great. That's at home.
That's at home.
But better on the road. I know, but he's better on the road. He is 4-10 ATS at home and over 500 at 9-8 on the road.
Okay.
I feel like it's because some of those guys, it's more of business when you're going on the road, right? It's a business trip. We're here to do a job. Whereas at your home,
you do like that angle, man. You've always liked that angle. You talk about teams going on the road after a bye. Feel like they got to be more focused.
Get some refocused.
Yeah. No, you do like that angle, man. I can see that.
Todd. Oh God, let's not talk about Todd Bowles stats. We all know this.
No, let's don't. What is that stat? Coach team struggled recently on short rest, going 1-7 straight up, dating back to the start of the 2018 season. Ooh, back on the Falcons.
Can Kirk do it again? In Kirk's and Cousins' careers, he started 43 games in prime time, which are high-profile games, night, playoffs, overseas, whatever. Is 18-24-1 straight up, 17-26 ATS. At night, he is 13-20 straight up, 14-19 ATS. Cousins is 8-4 straight up, 5-7 ATS in primetime in his last 12 starts. Yeah, he's been playing. The whole primetime Kirk Cousins thing is gone away.
I was going to say, didn't we kind of have to kick the punt on that? Because I thought in the last couple of games at night, he's played really well in, man.
Yeah. Over the last 5 seasons, Kirk Cousins is 14-27 ATS playing indoor games, including 1-10 ATS in his last 11 games indoors. Ooh.
How is that possible? The man's only ever played indoors.
I don't know, man. Stats are stats. I'm just giving you stats.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, some nerd found these.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was thinking going against the Falcons at first, but if you look at their YPP, they're actually doing pretty good, getting yards and stuff.
Who? Wait, are you talking about the Bucs or the Falcons?
The Falcons.
Oh yeah, dude. No, that's what I'm saying. I need to know if at least one of those offensive line. If the center's back tonight, I feel better about the Falcons. I didn't know about them offensive linemen that've been out.
Okay. I know the Bucs ruled out a bunch of people, but we'll see what the Falcons do. Falcons last had a player with 10 sacks back. Okay, I don't really care about that. Through 4 games, Judon and Grady Jarrett both have just 1.5 sacks. That's good. That's good for Baker.
Yeah. Baker does a good job under pressure anyway, man. He always has. Going back to his college days at Oklahoma, he's always been good at eluding pressure, get outside the pocket, and still be able to make a serviceable throw.
But if he's constantly under pressure, it's not a good day for him.
No. Yeah, if he's got to run for his life, that's never good.
All the time. If he gets under pressure here and then, like, third downs and that, he usually can scramble around for that play. But if it's all night long.
Yeah, exactly, man. You get to the point where you're just kind of run down after a while. Not everybody's Jaden Daniels out there.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins' career. Okay, we already did that. In divisional games where both teams are on short rest, favorites and road teams have had the advantage ATS, with favorites 97, 79, and 5 ATS, and road teams 99, 7, 76, and 5 ATS last 20 years. Well, that doesn't help us because one team's favorite and one team's road team.
I was going to say it doesn't help at all.
I guess if somehow money comes in on the Bucs today and they become favored in the game, we know what to do.
Oh, God, pile on the Falcons. If that line flips to the Bucs' favorite today, just pile on the Falcons.
That's not what this stat says. It says road team and favorites.
I feel like they're baiting us.
Thursday home teams are. This is another stat. This is crazy. You would think Thursday night football short rest home teams would have the advantage, but no. And this probably goes to my theory about business trip. Thursday home teams are just 39.52 ATS since 2019, including 35 and 46 ATS in night Thursday games. They're day Thursday games.
I was I've never seen a day Thursday. Well, I guess Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay. Yep. That makes sense. Bowles is 49 and 53 and 5 ATS in his coaching career. God, that's disgusting. But he's 15 and 7 ATS with Baker Mayfield. Oh, little match made in heaven.
Found his little Baker.
Bucs are off a win as an underdog last week. Since 2003, teams coming off a straight-up win as dogs who are on short rest the next week are just 96, 125, and 10 ATS. Shoot. Here's what you do. You pick a side, and then you go through here and find all the positive stats, and you just lay those out for your side.
Yeah, highlight those, man. Type them up for yourself. I can't read those, bro. I'm telling you, I switched 3 or 4 times going down through there reading. I'm like, yep, that's the side. Oh, nope, that's the side. I could do that on every one of those action reports. They give you some good stuff. Like I said, you can always make an argument for why one side should win. You can always do it for both sides.
I'm gonna go refill my coffee, and then let's do some prize picks and tell people what promo code they can use and all that stuff, and the prize picks that we already put in today.
Yeah, man, we can go. You can go over here, sign up at Prize Picks right now. Get over there and use the promo code GAMEON, GAMEON, and you can get $50 free right now, man. You put a little $5 lineup in, they're gonna give you $50 right back in your account. I know it works. I have done it on my own, man. I hit a little one last night, a little baseball Prize Picks last night. Let me get in here, see it pulled up, see if I can tell y'all what it was. We had, let's see here, past lineups. We had Hunter Brown, pitcher for the Houston Astros, more than 6.5 strikeouts. Had Cedric Mullins, outfielder for the Orioles, more than 1.5 total bases. And then had Willie Adames, had to get a single last night, man. And wouldn't you know it, that Willie Adames one was the last one we needed to come through. Hunter Brown had like 9 Ks. Cedric Mullins hit a solo bomb in the game, covered the 1.5 bases for us. So I was like, all we need is a Willie Adames single. Wouldn't you know, that real American hero comes up and got a single in his first at bat.
You're the real MVP.
That's what I'm saying. Normally he makes us sweat that to like the bottom of the 8th and stuff. They're not even going to get it bad in the 9th, and he gets some flaring infield single to get it for us. That man just ripped a single right out the gate.
Yep. So we've already done one. I came in this morning and told you, listen, give me both kickers over. That's all I want for this game. Give me both kickers over.
Yeah, man, you can get you almost 3-1 on your money on that thing. I think we put a little 20-piece nugget on it to win 55. Almost 3-1, man. Take that money laying on the floor, like Patriot would say.
Yeah. Younghoe Koo over 1.5 field goals. McLaughlin over 1.5 field goals. It might cash by halftime.
I refuse to call that guy Younghoe. not how
So
it's
we were
spelled.
talking about fading this. Stephen A. You can go there and you can tail Stephen A. Smith's thing. He's got this is just square ball. More on everything. He's got more on Kirk Cousins passing yards, more on Baker's passing yards, more on Bijan Robinson rushing yards, and more. So he took both running backs and went over their rush yards, and both quarterbacks and went over their pass yards. Those things are not correlated at all.
He thinks we're going to score $1 million in this one tonight.
Well, he thinks, we're going to pass it. Everyone's going to pass and everyone's going to run. Like what?
Yeah, he acts like both these teams have no defense, and both these teams got pretty good defenses, man. Probably at least middle of the road.
Together. They did this to sucker people in, and they say, hey, Stephen A. Smith's on it. Let's go.
I'm sorry, but I'd have a hard time saying I picked that if I was Stephen A. sitting up there, because I'd be like, I'm sitting there. If you picked all that, you don't know shit.
He's not having a hard time. He's counting that money.
Things going to hit in the first half. If it does, we're seeing some points. I promise you that.
I was saying everyone loves Bucky Irving to go over in this one. I like the under just to fade everyone else.
We just don't have we've got a lot of injuries on the offensive line stuff. Had some new offensive line we've had to work in there. We just don't have a great run game right now. It doesn't matter if it's Rashad White or Bucky Irving or what, man. We just don't have a great run game. So for me to think this guy's going to come in against a front seven that I feel is pretty solid in the Atlanta Falcons, it's kind of hard for me to see him getting over that number. What would you say is his carries total is at like 9.5 or something?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's going to have to average 5 yards a carry.
5 yards a carry. Yeah.
Well, he ain't going to do that.
Yeah. Baker's touchdowns over-unders at 2.5. They're not going to give me a 1.5? 2.5? Really?
He's going to get 2 too, man.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. He's going to land right on 2.
You can't do that. I was saying I like Baker over 1.5 pass TDs and Falcons to win the game, a little anti-correlated parlay.
I think I like Kyle Pitts to have a good night, man.
Everyone says that every single day.
I do say that every week.
Every game.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Every single week, there's some kind of parlay where I have at least a Kyle Pitts anytime touchdown in it. I've drank the Kool-Aid for 4 years, dude.
Should we like this? Kirk Cousins 1.5 pass TDs.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I do like that one, man. A little devil on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that one. I think, like I said, we talk about Kirk and his struggles in prime time from years ago, but that has not been the case in the last several.
You know who's been Kirk's favorite target? Drake London.
I started to say Drake London. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that guy's good, man.
Yeah.
I thought Drake London was kind of a last year. I had an opinion about through week 8. Oh, this guy's a freaking bust, man. And then he just kind of turned it on since then. Drake London's a pretty good football player, man. Let's see.
It's so hard to figure out which wide receiver is going to have a good game for the Bucks.
Well,
if any.
I think you just bet. I'll be honest. I think you just bet Chris Godwin's over in receiving yards. I think even when that guy doesn't have
66.5 seems a little high.
Dude, I'm telling you, he gets a lot of those looks, especially when they're trying to take Mike away. We know Mike had a big game on Sunday. I feel like Mike doesn't normally string. He's done it before, but he doesn't normally string the big ones together back to back like that. It usually feels like they flip flop. And Chris Godwin still gets his volume no matter what in this offense. He's capable of taking one to the house at any time. I might almost want to devil him up. Over 79.5. I think Chris Godwin gets 80 plus receiving yards tonight.
Ooh.
I'll tell you another one to look at, a sneaky one for the Falcons. Ray McLeod over.
Ray.
He's been getting some more volume in that offense, man, been more involved, and he's making the most, being productive in his opportunities there. You're not seeing the Darnell Mooney's where he's getting a negative 2 yard swing route and stuff. Darnell Mooney's actually seen his stuff go north and south. He has been pretty
like Ray McLeod, huh? 34.5.
I like him over 34.5. I wish they'd let us do a little devil up. I'd take him over 45.5.
Oh, that's because it did that. I'm like, why is it doing this to me?
What happened?
Well, I'm like, okay, so we're getting, a little over 3-1 on the return. You add this one, and it says, oh, now you're only getting 3-1, but it's because it does a stupid flex play. So it's 5.75.
I think we got to put the McLaughlin Young Ho coup 47 over a 47.5 yard field goal made. There's gonna be a 50 yard field goal made in this game tonight. And we love kicker props.
Ooh, you can get 11-1 on your money on this.
What do you got there? Because I'm missing one.
So I got Bucky Irving under.
Okay, Bucky Irving. That's what I'm missing.
Kirk Cousins over 1.5 pass CDs. Ray over 34.5 receiving. And then the kickers to have a 48 or longer field goal. You like that one?
I do like that one. So, yeah.
I like it. That's disgusting.
Kirk Cousins more than 1.5 pass TDs. Ray McCloud more than 34.5 receiving yards. Chase McLaughlin, Young Hope Koo more than a 47.5 yard field goal. Bucky Irving less than 45.5 rush yards. Booyah.
Lock it in.
11-1. We're gonna put a 10-piece nugget on this one.
I like it. I like it. You know what's funny is we'll go 3-1, but if we bet these individually, separately, we'd go 4-0.
Oh yeah, 100%, man, 100%.
And that's gambling, folks.
That is gambling. We don't like betting them individually. Have to lay the juice on the individual bet. We want to put them all together. Try to get a little payday.
Ooh, I like this.
Oh, tell me about it.
Receiving yards in the first 2 receptions. Chris Godwin over has to hit 18.5. Chris Godwin doesn't catch short passes, not 2 in a row.
I feel like he's averaging about 20 yards a catch.
Maybe his 1 catch, but if you're going to tell me his first 2 catches, that dude's going over 18.5.
I tell you what I like is I like him over. I like Mike less on his first 2. 25.5. He may not catch.
Yeah, I feel like
tonight, man.
Well, I feel like he, he do those little quick little curl routes, a little 8-yard. You know what I mean?
Or those little slants, those little stop routes to the boundary and stuff.
Or think about this: where do they like to go to Mike when they're in the red zone? They're on the 5-yard line. You go to a little. That's only 5 yards. He catches that touchdown.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I like Mike less, Godwin more. Which one you want to go with? You want both? All right, I love it.
Just do it together, man. Why not? A little 3-1 action.
Love it. Let's look at pass yards. Let's see. Baker. What's Kurt? Let's see. Kurt.
You look at this. Godwin's longest receptions is set at 21.5. And yet his first 2 catches, they're saying 18.5.
That 21.5. I don't like those longest receptions, dude. I really don't. I've been bit by those. I had one last year with Brandon Cooks. It was he was longest reception over 19.5. He caught the first pass of the game for 19 yards. And I don't think caught another pass the rest of the day. And I went.
Dude, I really like this one right here. Let's throw a 20-piece on this one.
Okay.
The Godwin Evans.
Well, we can't do that. We got to pick somebody from another team.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dang it. Let's go with kicking, because that seems to be a lock.
Let's do okay. Since we've already got the one with we can. Let me see here. Since we've already they don't have him up yet. Let's just put Aubrey in there.
He's not up yet, is he?
On field goals made. Go up to field goals made in the top corner up there. He missed one last week, bro. He's gonna have like 7 field goals in this game.
Oh, it's against Pittsburgh on Sunday night.
Yeah, that's a lock, dude.
Thank you.
5-1. Boom, shot.
Put 20-piece on that.
20-piece nuggets.
Oh, I love that.
Can you imagine if we're going into Sunday and all we need is 2 field goals from Brandon Aubrey?
You know what I want to look at?
We're going to give Brandon Aubrey one. We're giving Brandon Aubrey one chance to not be the worst.
Redeem himself, and he better do it by halftime.
One chance. I'm expecting halfway through the first quarter, or I'm going to be a little pissed.
Completion percentage. I can't wait to see what they put. I want to see what they put. Jaden Daniels, because since he's I feel like it's going to be way higher than it should be, and we go under. Especially, I think the Browns are going to get some pressure on him. He's going to be a little flustered.
Have a great day, Blue. You be safe, buddy. I'm not sure when that came through, but if you're still in here, have a great day, pal. Yeah,
later, Blue.
I'm with you, man. Yeah, what did he set the record for highest completion percentage as a rookie through his first month or something?
Yeah.
He's got to have some regression, dude. You're not going to keep doing that. Nobody's done that.
Saying.
Nobody's done that.
82% or something like that.
Hell, he had one game. He was like it was either 89 or 91% completion percentage in that one game. I think against the Bengals.
Oh,
and so it's like it's kind of crazy, man. We're seeing some pretty accurate passing. I mean, Jared Goff.
I was saying maybe we go him and Goff both under. I want to fade Goff this week because of how you went perfect. You're set up for disaster this next week.
I think that's hilarious. Dan Campbell gave the game ball to somebody else, and he set an NFL record.
Actually, the Lions don't play this week, do they?
No, they are on bye.
Okay, well, I can't.
They are.
I definitely
Yeah.
want to fade them next week, though.
Especially coming off a bye. You got to feel like it. I wonder, we got to know if they're playing at home or on the road.
Doesn't matter.
If they're at home, we definitely, I think we fade him there. He won't be focused. I'm with you. I don't think it matters, man. Usually you see, it's very tough to do that consistently in the NFL. So when you come out and have one of those games, 9 times out of 10, you're going under next time out. Because you got to think, all these other guys that you're going to be playing against are going to know that too. They've watched you have the perfect pass or the perfect, game and all that stuff. They don't want that to happen against them. So they're going to put the little extra effort in that week to make sure be ready for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's go take a look at the rest of the games this week.
Let's do that because I want to talk about these some, man, because I don't know. This is a tough slate this week.
It is very tough. First, I got to tell you about Positive, a Rumble company here, Cricket. If you have a dog, we've all been there. Our pup goes from full of energy to sick and miserable in an instant and at the worst times. Then we're calling vets in the middle of the night or on the weekends trying to find a clinic that will take us in. It's a terrible way to manage your dog's health, not to mention your stress levels and your monthly budget. That's why people are getting the Pet Emergency Kit by Positive. Let's go shop that Pet Emergency Kit right here. Look at this thing. Oh, beautiful.
Man.
Beautiful.
Got good packaging on that stuff too, man.
Oh, yeah. It contains critical medication supplies that can not only keep you out of the veterinary office, but may even save your dog's life. I stumbled through that way too bad. Their kits contain critical medications like activated charcoal, styptic powder, and more. It might save your dog's life. Head over to positive.com. Use the code STUDIO to get 15% off your pet emergency kit today. That's positive.com. Promo code STUDIO, 15% off. Go get yourself a little peace of mind. A little peace of mind. Emergency comes up. You are prepared. You want to be prepared. Trust me. We got way too many crazy things going on right now in the world. Look at this. I didn't even know. They got kits available for small kits for dogs under 25 and larger kits for over 25. Listen, if your dog is under 50 pounds, it's a cat. Okay. Okay. I just want to let you know. If your dog is under 50 pounds, it's a cat. Go to positive.com, promo code STUDIO.
Pause for positive. Booyah.
I always say that to people. I got that from Ron White. Anything under 50 pounds is a cat. And I'm like, that's so true.
That is true, man. I know my parents went through this little kick. They like the little, and their little dogs are cool, man. But when I was, after I got out of high school, they decided they like little chihuahuas and shit eaters and stuff, man. Those little ankle biters drive me crazy, bro.
Name a dog under 50 pounds that you've ever been scared of.
I don't. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'll kick it. I'll just punt it.
No, I'm saying under 50 pounds, you can manhandle that thing. I don't care how rabid it is. You can handle that. You get over 50 pounds, you start getting to 100 pounds. It's like, God, okay, this is tough.
If you come at my ankles under 50 pounds, I'm going straight Brandon Aubrey on you.
Yeah.
Straight
and
up.
I ain't missing this week.
No, I'm not missing. I'm burying that thing. I'm covering for the people.
London game, we got the Jets and the Vikings. I love the Jets more and more and more, and I'm getting nervous about it. But
why?
Vikings 2.5-point favorites here.
It's so funny how we do that. We have games, we see the lines coming, we love them, man. And all week long, we think we're so sharp. And then all this public money starts coming in. We're like, damn it, they seen us coming too. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this, but I expect the Vikings to drop one, dude. They're not going undefeated.
They've got to drop one. The Jets need this like blood. They got a tough schedule coming up after this. Also, look at this differential. You got 16% of the bets, but 81% of the money. So if we follow that trend of fading the public tickets, this is a prime example. And that's a lot of big money bets on the Jets.
Dude, we love the Jets, man.
Jets.
The Jets, Jets. That's the play this week right here, man. I'm telling you, the Vikings are not going undefeated. I've said this about 3 different times now, I think, and they keep finding ways to win games. But I just expect this feels like a spot for the Jets to really bounce back and have a big game. And after that disgusting performance against the Broncos,
disgusting.
You need a big time game here. And Aaron Rodgers in his career, we've seen that guy bounce back from bad spots.
And Aaron Rodgers has never lost in London as a Jet.
That's a fair point, man.
Never lost, man.
Good morning, Star Walker. How you doing, bud?
How we doing?
Yeah,
How we doing?
I do, man. I'm going to be on the Jets in this one. I don't know if I put in my contest picks, but I do want them in there. If I didn't, man, I think the Jets are. I do feel good about it. I love seeing that sharp money with the public money, but all the big money, on the
I
other
got him in
side.
my contest picks. You do too.
Okay, cool.
We got him in the shows too. Got him in the shows. Dolphins, Patriots. Yeah. Why am I talking myself into my Patriots? But Patriots 1-point favorite, sharp money on the Dolphins, 66% of the bet, 70% of the money on the Patriots. So that tells me to fade the Patriots. But
that's the thing, man.
Nothing gives me confidence about this Dolphins team right now.
How could you have? What's up, Devon Maverick? How you doing, man? I'm disappointed with you two going against the Vikings. It's not that we're going against you, man. It's just that we think that in the NFL we see this way too many times where teams are on.
You can't go undefeated.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, hell, y'all, it wasn't like y'all played great, man. The Vikings look good. They look solid. The coaching staff's got to put them in the right spots. Brian Flores seems to be scheming up every single week. Some great defensive formations and things, man. But I just expect y'all to eventually drop one. And as bad as the Jets looked like last week, I feel like a good bounce back spot. But your Patriots here, I thought I was all over them too, man. And now I'm slowly starting to about face. I think I got to just stay away from that damn game, dude. That's going to be so gross.
This is making me so. Robert felt good about taking him as a or didn't. I don't want to say felt good, but he said it would be an option for a survivor pick, and I'm just like, yeah, that's disgusting.
That might be the one, dude. That might be the one you got to go with.
Everyone's talking about it, which is what I hate.
Oh yeah, don't do that then. Especially as bad as the Dolphins have looked, and especially on national television, they're not just look disgusting.
That's 2 games in a row, though, now. That's the other thing. It's like there's clearly a problem here. Now they're talking about Tyreek being traded. Tyreek's having to defend that and say, no, I don't want to go anywhere.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like Tyreek loves Miami. He obviously wants to win football games out there doing it and stuff, but I feel like Tyreek.
If I'm Tyreek, you trade me back to the Chiefs today. Send me back to Kansas City. They're 4-0.
I don't know. We don't know all the
repeat.
We don't know all the underlying things. Tyreek might have been happy to get out of there. Think about all the shit going on up there. And I wouldn't want to go back in the middle of that.
Yeah, but it's like a little break, sometimes, that's why we see those toxic relationships. People get back together. They had a little break and then they get back just for another stint.
It would be such a Chiefs thing to do for them to screw the Dolphins out of draft picks up to send Tyreek there and then get him back for like a way less haul than they gave up. That would be such a Chiefs thing to do.
Star Wars says doing good listening at work. Hey, appreciate you listening. Appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah, Nevada, but it was monsooning in that game, bro. It was pouring down rain. You can't even really take that much in. That Broncos defense
Old
is good,
men
man.
don't play good in the rain. That's why Tom Brady went down to Tampa.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, like I said,
but I do like the Patriots' defensive style in this game to shut down the Dolphins, who are already struggling. I just have a feeling is the time that I like that is when the Patriots' defense is going to look like trash.
Oh, Christian Gonzalez is going to get burnt 3 times or something. Whatever that guy's like.
But the Dolphins did have some key injuries. They lost a pass rusher, so that would help the Patriots' offense. Patriots' offense hasn't been. I'm not saying it's good, but it hasn't been like worse than the league bag. Like they were able to run the ball.
Yeah,
and Polk is doing pretty good. Rookie wide receiver.
Oh yeah. He has played pretty well, man. Was it Phillips that went down for Miami?
Someone
I
can't remember.
I believe that's the big pass.
Yeah, Phillips. Yeah,
I seen him pretty frustrated, slamming his helmet down there. He was trying to fight through, man. He was trying to be a gamer. He did. He gave it all he had, and you could tell he was real upset about that thing. But yeah, I do think that's going to affect them a little bit as far as the pass rush goes. But I mean, once again, your Patriots offense is not anything electrifying.
But it's one less pass rusher is all I'm saying.
Just bet the damn under. It's 30. Just bet the under 36.5. You ain't even going to have to sweat it.
Bears are 3.5 to 4-point favorites over the Panthers. I keep telling myself that this Panthers +4 is like free money, and it seems too good to be true. Because the Bears are just so bad, though. Like the turnover, like this game ain't going outside a field goal. So if I can get 4 with the Panthers, I'll take it. It's the only way I could look is the Panthers here.
Panthers are still not a good football team. They've had.
I'm not saying they're great, but neither are the Bears.
They're not. The defense is pretty good, though.
The Bears should have got beat last week if you look at the stats, they should have got creamed by the Rams. And that's been every single game. The only reason why they didn't was because Caleb Williams didn't turn the ball over.
That's why I don't want to bet against
them. You think he's not going to turn it over 2 games in a row? I doubt it.
But you act like the Carolina Panthers defense is world beaters.
Red rifle.
I mean, that's fine. But I mean, the Bears defense is pretty solid right here. And that's the thing about the Bears. That's why I'm being careful with them. It's because they're not playing great football. And they've won 2 of those games, and they had a chance in that Texans game. And so the fact they're not playing great football and they're still in the games, that defense is solid, dude.
We'll see. Colts, Jags. Why is the right side here? The Jags -3.
Because Colts don't win in Jacksonville.
The Colts don't win in Jags. Haven't won down there since 2015. Jags 0-4. But there is a crazy stat of like, it's if you have to go to London the following week, which the Jags do. So if you got an overseas trip the following week, you're, what is it? It's like 4-12 ATS. It's like terrible.
Oh,
like this week you're 4-12 ATS.
So the game before you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
the
like,
Colts go next week.
People are distracted. Oh no, the Jags go.
Oh, Jags go next week. Oh,
yeah. But I feel like being 0-4 is more damning than the Jags are used to going.
I started to say, I bet you the 4 wins ATS is probably the Jags.
Probably majority of them.
Just because they're used to going over there. I mean, they have to go. I think they're the only team that goes every year, right?
And they're staying there for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that always helps, dude. You get your body clock on and all that stuff. Because you remember last year they were doing exactly what they're doing this year, playing like shit. And they went to London and it turned their whole season around.
I'm just saying, if I'm Peterson, I better have my travel agent book me a separate flight because I don't want to get fired in London and have to find my own way home.
That too. And you might have your kicker sexually assaulting people on the flight over there.
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
So, yeah, make sure book you a different flight, Peterson.
And one of your employees stealing money to put on FanDuel.
What's going on with the Jaguars, dude? What a bunch of crazy assholes.
Bills, Texans. This one's going to be fun. God, if you look at their schedule, both these teams really haven't played anyone. So we're going to find out.
We have
I think this is going to be a loose. I think we just go over in this game. I think both teams are just going to be loose and just let it, because it doesn't really matter. I mean, it might be for seeding in the playoffs, but it's just a fun, big time game, you know?
It's one you want to play well in. Both quarterbacks.
You got to wonder how much that Von Miller distraction is affecting the locker room in Buffalo.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of curious about that stuff because he is one of their vocal leaders, all that up there. So when you have that guy come off the field, it obviously takes a little bit away from you. Is he still allowed when he's suspended? He's still allowed to be on the sidelines and stuff? How does that work? No,
nope.
You can't even show up. Okay.
No, he's suspended, so he can't come to practice. He can't.
Can you buy a ticket?
Do anything? Buy a ticket.
Buy a ticket and sit in the front row and yell at your boys.
I don't think he's flying down to Houston though for that. I think he's just going to go enjoy a month off.
Last time he was down in Texas when all this trouble started.
Exactly. Ravens, Bengals. Bengals 2.5-point dogs to the Ravens. Sharp money, big money on the Bengals here. But 67% of the tickets on the Ravens. I do feel like this is a weird trap. I feel like a lot of people are going to look at that Ravens line like under a field goal. The Ravens, Bengals suck this year. Let's go.
That's one of those I totally feel like is way too easy for the Ravens right there. Under a field goal, as good as they've looked the last couple weeks and stuff, I feel like that is definitely a trap. You said the Bengals yesterday. I thought you were a freaking psycho, and I've looked at it more and more, and I'm like, God, that's the side.
This is the season online.
Yeah,
Bengals lose this one, season's over. 1-4, you ain't coming back from 1-4.
Yeah, it's either the Bengals either win this game straight up, or the Ravens win by 4 touchdowns and hurt Joe Burrow.
Yeah. And Burrow has kind of had the Ravens number. Last year, the Ravens won both games, but Burrow was injured last season, so he didn't play in those games. Yeah, this one's funky, man. This one's funky because Bengals, they have so much to play for. If they win this game, then they're right back in the mix. They're 2-3 with the Ravens and would have a tiebreaker over the Ravens at this point. So you got to think you're going to get max effort from the Bengals here.
You better. If you can't get max effort out of this one, you need to fire everybody in house.
Better yet, just stay away from this game and just watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can watch this. It'll be fun. I love watching them AFC North matchups, man. That's a hard-hitting football.
Yep. I'm standing on this side, too. Browns at the Commanders. I'm still on the Browns. I think the Browns are going to win this game outright. As disgusting as that sounds, I think they're going to win it outright.
Seeing that sharp money with the public and the big money there, I kind of like your side. I'm definitely staying away from this game.
Everyone loves the Commanders right now.
And that
no one likes the Browns.
They've looked so good. They go out to Arizona. Eventually, they're still traveling. Just because they travel out there and they're back home now, they've still been traveling back and forth across the country and all this stuff. I feel like eventually you got a young team. It's eventually got to catch up with you, right? I know Jane Daniels playing out of his mind, but he ain't going to do that.
I just think, and Robert made this point too. Just like we haven't seen Daniels with pressure. And I know that Browns defense is going to get pressure on him. So let's see what happens. Usually young quarterbacks, pressure in their face, don't do so well.
No, it's tough to do, man. Hard to throw when you can't see. Is Myles Garrett playing?
Yeah.
He is playing? Okay.
Well, let me double check. He played last game.
Okay. Did he play last week? I wasn't sure. I know he was banged up a little bit, but if he played last week, he'll be in the same.
Let's see.
But yeah, I just don't expect. I mean, Jaden Daniels is doing stuff right now that ain't never been done, man.
Yeah, Myles Garrett didn't practice yesterday, but they never practice on Wednesday if they're a little banged up. But yeah, he's gonna play, dude.
That's what's so funny. SD14 fan every week with her fantasy lineup. You know, every on Wednesday, everybody's got a questionable tag on him. So she's like, "What's wrong with him? What's wrong?" I was like, "He's been playing in the league for 8 years. He doesn't have to practice anymore." I was like, "I promise you, by Saturday they're going to take that away and he's going to play. There's no chance that guy's not playing."
Friday, full participant.
Yeah, like it happens every week. They just don't have to practice on Wednesday and Thursdays.
Raiders Broncos. This one's tough. I want to take the Raiders here, but just because of that crazy stat that they've never lost in Bronco. I mean, or in Denver, in Denver since they moved to Vegas.
Now,
so I'm like,
that the stat?
And yeah, they've never
lost up there.
Never lost up there.
So
I don't think they've lost to the Broncos at all.
I knew one of them hadn't. I feel like I couldn't remember which one it was, but I knew one of them had not beat the other one since the Raiders moved to Las Vegas.
Let me pull up my stats and trends on this one.
I was fixing to say, if that's the case, then
the Broncos haven't beaten the Raiders in Denver since 2019 behind Drew Lock.
So before they moved to Las Vegas,
the Broncos have lost 8 consecutive games to the Raiders.
So they haven't beaten them since they moved.
And Denver has lost 6 straight ATS versus the Raiders.
And they've looked so good the last couple of weeks. They got the win at Tampa.
It's all coming together. It's all coming. I want to take the Raiders so bad, but I can't with the distractions with the Raiders this week. I can't do it. You got a coach out there liking social media posts saying Devontae Adams might have played his last game. Then you got to answer to the media. You know what I mean? Like it's too distracting.
Dude, it's a mess out there.
Mind you, you're not going to have one of your better receivers in Devontae Adams, right? So it's like there's a thing against you too. But that's you can't be doing that kind of stuff.
What about Max Crosby? Like Crosby.
Oh yeah, let's see what he is.
Because that does matter. That guy can be worth points by himself. We've seen him totally take over games, and
especially you going up against a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, I like Bo Nix can just light it up with his arm, like Maverick said up there. They won last week. He only had 60 yards passing. So Max Crosby there. I'll tell you what you do again in this disgusting ass game. You just bet the damn under. Don't even watch it. Count your money when it's over.
He's got a high ankle sprain.
Oh no, I mean he's not playing. He's not playing.
They haven't ruled him out.
They hadn't ruled him out. But even if you got to figure, even if he's going, he's not going to be Max Crosby.
I wouldn't doubt that. I would not doubt that guy.
You don't doubt him, but I'm just saying it's physical limitations, man. That's just part of the body. I mean, he's getting up there in years. You got a high ankle sprain's hard to walk on, man. Let alone run
you
full
wrap
speed.
that thing up, you shoot it up, you take some caffeine pills, and you go crazy.
I'm sure that's the kind of pills they're taking. But yeah, you're right. The NFL got some stuff. The blue tent.
You got to remember, these guys aren't your normal person. Like they're not your normal athlete out there. These guys are freaks. There's a reason why they're there. It's because they can go and do things that we can't do.
Right. Max Crosby is an exception to the rule.
Now, would I like him to not have a high ankle injury? Yeah, but okay.
But if that guy's on the field, you're going to get his max.
As long as that ankle is attached to his body, we're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, as long as it's not laying beside him in the bed or something. You're right.
This one's interesting. Niners and Cardinals. God, this one's scary because the Niners are laying 7 to 7.5. We've seen that these big underdogs have done well covering and winning straight up. I don't think the Cardinals win straight up, but I normally would look to take the Cardinals in the spot and take those points. But could this be the time where the Niners are just getting rolling? And when we see when the Niners roll, they just start smoking people.
The Cardinals looked so bad last week. They let us down so bad against those damn Commanders last week. And you go here, the lines moved down to 7, but I almost have kind of changed my stance on when I see these lines move from like 7.5 to 7. I feel like they're almost, especially the way the underdogs have performed so early on, I feel like they're almost wanting you to take that 7. If they'd move it down to 6.5, then you got to be worried a little bit because you threw the key number there. But when they're just moving from 7.5 down to 7, I don't get near as scared of it as I used to.
I feel like if this stays at 7, if it comes back to 7.5 when we're like an hour before kickoff,
hammer the Niners.
Yeah. By the way, these are just our Thursday initial feelings. we're going to do we do our homework over the weekend, and then Sunday morning when we do our show for our contest picks, that's when we're going to be dialed in. So kind of take today's thoughts with a grain of salt. This is just our initial feeling,
That's right.
Gut feeling. Giants Seahawks. Why am I trusting the Giants?
Dude, me too. I don't know. It
But
doesn't
it feels
make any
right.
sense.
It feels right.
It does.
I'm just like 6 points in Seattle. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And it's like, I feel like every time Seattle, they did it to the Dolphins a couple weeks ago, but they had no quarterback. And Daniel Jones has been playing a little bit better the last few weeks, man. Everybody wants to throw their shade at Daniel Jones, do all that. There's a lot of quarterbacks out there playing a lot worse than Daniel Jones is. And it just feels like a weird spot for the Giants right here. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to win the game, but it feels like it could be a 24-21 Seahawks win.
Yeah. I think I'm looking right now because yeah, I'm like, I feel like I said this last year, and I did say it last year, and it was in New York, and Seattle won 24-3.
Yeah, we should go back and check the show from that day last year.
And I feel like I said this in 2022, and I did. And New York went out to Seattle, and Seattle won 27-13. Maybe I'll pump the brakes. Maybe we switch.
Maybe we just stay away. There's a lot of games this weekend. We ain't got to bet them all.
Yeah. Maybe we don't fall for that one.
I want to talk about this one, man, because I don't know what to do on this one.
I'm just Packers, Rams. I'm going with Robert on this one. I'm just going to trust Robert. Robert says Rams would be a good sneaky survivor pick. I'm going to have a couple of my survivor picks as Rams.
I'm just like,
I mean, the season's on the line here. They haven't played bad. I know their record is one thing, but if you look at their games, they've been playing fine. And I liked his analysis that Rams defensive line is actually doing pretty well. And if we get Love under pressure here,
I think you got to be careful betting against Jordan Love. I think he's starting to get right. And
Jordan Love, who's 0-2 on the season, please.
He's gonna be fine, bro. He's gonna be just fine. I just want him out
there.
You
can't look at the stats last week. Last week was
no, those don't count.
Stats.
I just want him out there throwing to Jaden Reed because Jaden Reed's stock goes way up when Jordan Love's on the field because he does look for that guy. But right here, the Rams. I mean, when your top receiver is going to be Tutu Atwell, no shade at Tutu. I like Tutu, but that cannot be your number one wide receiver in your offense right now. Until Cooper Kupp and Puka get back, that's who it is. And Kyron Williams, they're going to wind up using him. I love that guy too, man, but they're going to wind up giving him too much of a workload. We know he's not a very big guy, and he continues to get just beat up week in and week out, getting 25 to 30 carries. I don't think that's a sustainable winning formula for them. I don't. And so when I need to see some of these guys get healthy before I can really trust the Rams.
God, I want this to be a blowout Rams win so I don't have to sweat this game.
It could be, man. You see the Packers, and I feel like I know it goes back to Aaron Rodgers days, but don't they go down to like San Fran, LA area, all that? Don't they normally play pretty bad down there?
The Packers, yeah.
I feel like they do. So it's like
this should not be 3. If this close, like this is probably going to close 2.5. Like they can't. Like, well, never mind. The public's going to come in on the Packers.
If the public comes in on the Packers and it goes down to 2.5, you better pile your whole soul on the Rams. We told you to stay away from them last week. We might be telling you to take them this week.
Like if this right here continues to stay above 50%, like or even goes up, and that line comes down. Reverse line movement. Yeah.
Oh, dude, for sure. If the money piles into the Packers, they still move the line down. Stay away from the Packers. It's going to look too easy. That's what they're going to do. They're going to want to move down 2.5 like Saturday night, and there's going to be a shit ton of people coming on the Packers under a field goal, and they're going to get beat by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. Cowboys, Steelers here. I was leaning towards the Cowboys, but I see 81% of the bets, 84% of the money on the Cowboys. Sunday Night Football in Pittsburgh. I think I'm just going to I'm going to bet this. I'm not going to make it a contest pick or anything, but I think I'm going to switch and hop over to the Steelers.
I am too, dude.
I think the Steelers are going to win this game.
I do too. I keep fading the Steelers. I keep sitting back and waiting. Every week when I see the lines come out, I think the Steelers against the Steelers is the play every single week, and they keep proving me wrong. And I think, once again, right here, I love the Cowboys when I saw it come out. That means I think we flipped to Pittsburgh. I think it's Pittsburgh right here, man.
I think so. Also, I want to see chaos in Dallas.
Dude, it ain't going to
take much. Saints, Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Monday we'll preview this a little bit more, but I'm still leaning Saints in that one.
I think so too, man. But I can't make myself take the Chiefs above that 3-point favorite there. But I'm almost about facing on this one too, man.
Thinking about it, huh? Well, good thing we have all weekend.
Once again, primetime game. We know what the refs are going to do at the end of the game. We know that. Like, especially if it's,
but they gotta give the Chiefs. They gotta give the Chiefs one loss. Like we were talking about on Tuesday.
They'll give them one loss.
Maybe in prime time, everyone expects the refs to bail the Chiefs out. Maybe this is one time they don't bail them out and actually go against them. So then people will be like, "Oh, okay, maybe they are playing fair."
So we're supposed to keep drinking that Kool-Aid and not go off of the last 15 primetime games we've seen them play in, and they give them stuff every single time. Now they're going to do it at home
I'm just saying, this is a great excuse. Saints playing better than anyone expected. Saints coming off a loss, a heartbreaking loss. They should have won that game against the Falcons. They need to keep the Saints. They want to keep the Saints relevant, so they let the Saints win this one 3-2. Chiefs, no worry. They're still 4-1. I'm just saying.
I hope they don't ever win.
Tinfoil hat on.
I mean, I want to take the Saints. I want them to win by 3 touchdowns. I do. But I don't know. It just feels weird. We got till Monday. We got till Monday on that.
We got till Monday, I think, on that. We'll see how the rest of the weekend goes. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up. We're going to finish a little bit early here. I got to get out of here. Good luck gambling today. Enjoy the football tonight. I just realized I'm off for 5 days straight.
Dude, tomorrow you are?
So it's my long weekend, and then next week my pharmacist is gone second half of the week. So I normally work Monday, Tuesday, but I don't. So I got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We're going to do so much content in here. We're going to do uncensored pharmacists.
Yeah, I do need to apologize, y'all. I was not able to do Creek's Corner yesterday, man. I got a lot of stuff going on down here. I ain't gonna lie. After driving overnight, man, I was wore out yesterday. I couldn't get in here. I asked Steps. I was like, "Hey, man, you want to hop in here and do the show this evening?" He's like, "Man, I actually got to work tonight." And I was like, "I don't think old Creek's got to do it by himself tonight. I couldn't do it."
Yeah. Anyways, but we will be back tomorrow, and we are going to have a whole bunch. I'm going to have a whole bunch of content for you guys over the weekend, plus all our normal stuff. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, bright and early, 4:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until then,
good luck, good gambling,
and game on.